So the next tool we are going to work on is going to be the arc section tool under Primitives 3D. Let's click on arc section. Very similar to the 2D version, except this is the 3D version. So let's click down a couple points with our left mouse button and then make a third point and drag out. Okay, so let's hit the space bar. So notice we got a polygon right now, but we didn't add the third dimension. Let's click delete. Let's go arc section. So we'll go 1, 2, and then 3, and then pull it out. Okay, as you can see, we can create a various different shape arc. Okay, we can change the sizing by grabbing the little widgets. The crosshairs, once again, is for position. Okay, and we can change the arc and the angle by moving these ones. And we have this widget here. See, these 2 points lock into a position. You can lock it to other vertices on another object. Okay, and then you can make it grow out from there. Okay, we can put up our numeric requestor. You can see all the same kind of stuff is in here. Once again, we have some different modes. We got show radius, show angle, which is kind of cool. You can interactively see what the exact angle is, and you can type it in numerically as well. So actually, this looks like this might be possibly the opposite of what the angle is there. Okay, so interesting, 140 degrees, 0.89 if we pull it back this way, but if we come over this way, 109 degrees here, but 250 there. But if we pull this in, it's the inverse of it, so now it's right back to the, it's matching up with this angle right here. Okay, let's turn these off for now. And let's just drop the tool, let's delete. Let's go back at it again. Arc section. Okay, let's drop down 2 points, click a third, and pull it out. And then let's go in the bottom window here and drag it up. So now we have a 3D object. Okay, kind of looks like somebody I know. Wonka, 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 wonka. Sorry. If we want to make it, and if you don't know what I'm doing, very simply, if you don't recognize what I'm doing when I'm going wonka, 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 then you need to go play some video games in the 80s very badly. Okay. So, that was my lame joke for the day. Okay, so, and let's just give them back our original blah color. Okay, so we got the widgets here that at the top of the bottom that can create the thickness. Okay, and once again you can move it around. You can have a half a circle. If you needed this perfectly 180 degrees and you didn't want to eyeball it like this, you could just straight go in here and just type in 180 and then see how it's perfectly chopped in half. Okay, or we can have a perfect pie shape. We can go a chunk or a quarter. Or sorry, actually it would have to be 90 for a perfect quarter. Okay, so what else do we got here? Okay, we have all our standard booleans. But before we do that, let's take a peek at this max freeze error. Notice that there is a certain amount of polys going around to create this shape. Now, this looks fairly smooth, but what if we didn't want it to look smooth, or we wanted it to be even smoother going around? See, if we bump up the max freeze error, it becomes, how should I say, more blocky. There's less sides. Okay, so our little Pac-Man is looking kind of blocky looking, kind of Atari 2600 days here. Okay, but if you make it go lower, and the lower you go, you can see, zoom in, you can see that we create more definition, more detail with lower numbers. And you can see there's a lot more polygons now. Okay? But usually you'll want to have a number where things look round and you can just get away with it. Okay? Okay, what does invert mode do? Okay. Now this is pretty cool. Inverted radius. Notice that there's no you can't type anything in here. Control is disabled, but as soon as you click inverted mode, you can mess around with the inverted radius. Okay, and you just drag the slider and it will create thickness. Turn this off. So you notice it grows, it makes a section going around. Okay, an offset, and it grows out from here. But as soon as you turn that off, it's just the center is filled. Okay, so inverted, it creates a hole in the center where the actual regular shape was, and then it creates an offset. We can drag it down, drag the slider, make it a little smaller. So we have a skinny sort of shape C here. Okay, so that's kind of neat. Okay. Then once again we have our traditional Boolean tools. Right click, click add. You can see it just sort of welds things together. Let's do subtract, and it cuts that apart. Okay, and then intersection creates an intersecting block or chunk of the two objects combined. Okay. Let's go delete. Let's go arc section. Oh, let's go off. Okay, let's go. Actually, sorry kids, let's click on N. Sorry, let's delete this and go arc section, but let's go into tangent mode. Okay, so we have a different way of drawing this out our arc this time. Okay, so we have our little tangent widgets. Okay, and the inverted mode still does the same thing. Okay, let's draw up the tool, delete. Let's review that again. Let's go arc section. 1, 2, 3. So we click down 3 points. See how you can drag these widgets out, stretch them. You can change the angle, change this, even changing the size. You can grab these widgets, shrink it down, you can position them into place. Okay, and then you can pull on these guys. And by changing the angles, you can size it up, and it also moves the center point when you move these widgets. You can grab either end. Okay, and then just drag it up. You can grab the bottom widget or the top widget for the thickness. And once again, we show radius and show angle. Okay, so remember, radius is from the center of the object to the outside section of where the tangent is. It meets the tangent, and then we have our angle. Okay, so and all the Boolean stuff works exactly the same way, so there's no point in showing that. It'll just basically be the same thing. Let us delete that. Let's do the next mode. Let's go angle. Okay. Click inverted. It goes back out. Okay. Let's drop the tool. Let's do that again. Oops, wrong section. Arc section. Okay. 1, 2. Pull this out. So you just kind of move these guys around, and then eventually it'll pop out. So I can just make a little pie section here. Same thing, you got radius, angle, you got the little control widgets. You can bring it in, bring it out. So some of these tools, you have to fool around with them a little bit sometimes to get them working properly. One more time. Okay. So pretty straightforward. And same as before, grab the little crosshair to move things around. This one's not, I don't find this one as straightforward. The angle one is the other ones here. You make 2 points, drag them out, and then, I don't know, you click on some of these widgets a couple times, and then all of a sudden then it comes out, and then you can start manipulating it. Okay, and once again you have your booleans. They work the same way as in 3-point and in tangent mode. Okay, and you have your inverted mode where you can change the thickness, etc., etc. Okay, so that is the arc section tool.